What's up, guys? Thanks for joining The Broken Dead today. We are talking The Walking Dead, Season 10, Episode 12. And we've got some news, teasers, and speculation about what's to come for you. And this is The Broken Dead. Hey, guys, this is Dylan.
I'm Chris.
Hey, I'm Quin.
Thanks for joining us today. Whether you're new to the show or returning, we're glad to have you along for the ride and hope you'll join us live on YouTube every Sunday at 10 p.m. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you know when we drop a new video.
Ding!
You're late on the ding, man.
Pausing.
He's new. And I also forgot to update this. We are also live on Facebook now.
Uh-oh.
So,
Facebook Live.
hit us up in the comments.
Hit us with them comms.
Yep. All right, so, let's see where we at. All right, so special notes. Just stay healthy. Stay healthy. We're in Arkansas, so we are not getting hit very hard by the coronavirus just yet, but it's one of those silent, sneaky things. So by next week, we might be pouring one Corona out for our homies. We'll see.
I'm gonna tell on you. So before it started, he was like, "Hey, does anybody have a Corona that we could pour out for our homies?" Like, what? No, no one has a Corona.
I just wanted to set it up here. Just in honor of those who are struggling with this right now.
I was tempted to go buy it.
I mean, there are people who are confined to their homes right now. That's a serious thing. Even here in America, like, it's a pretty big deal.
It is.
But I mean, not to take it lightly, but you bring a little levity to these things. What you can laugh at, you can live through.
Yeah.
And you're kind of being cut off, man. Can you scoot this way just a little bit, Chris?
Me? Am I being cut off?
Oh,
yeah, there you go, man. Let's get you on the screen, bro.
There we go.
Hey.
Here
we go.
Uh-oh.
All right.
It's on Facebook. See?
Yeah, so, do your social distancing thing and share this video so other people can do their social distancing and watch us at home. Hopefully our numbers go up this week.
Wow, everybody's at home, quarantined.
Yeah, quarantine. So
Quarantine.
Speaking of quarantine, speaking of viruses.
Hey, Shayla, hit us up on. She just said hi on Facebook. Look at that.
Hey.
All right. Anybody else have any special notes this week? Anything big going on in your lives or in the world?
In the process of moving.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's
Ish, I guess. I don't know the reasons, but
I mean, it's kind of stressful. Hate
oh,
moving.
definitely. Even like for awesome reasons, it's still very stressful.
Yeah.
Such a pain in the butt.
You know what's sad? Like, I lived out of boxes for about 6 or 7 months. Decided to unpack just to turn around and have to pack again a couple months later.
Of course.
So yeah, it's
Sorry.
exciting.
Of
That's
course.
always bad.
Yeah.
Kelsey's crawling.
Hey,
Oh, congratulations.
that's his baby.
Getting ready to get into everything. Good luck.
Sorry and everything. She was like crawling, throwing this water ball around the floor and like chewing on it. So that's her thing at the moment. But yeah.
Cool.
What else? Oh, my job got shut down.
Yeah.
It's
Same.
closed to the public. So.
Yeah. I work in the schools as a photographer, and so all the schools got shut down. So guess what I'm doing the next 2 weeks?
Stayed on that.
Nothing.
Oh man.
Yay. Yeah, but yeah, for real, this coronavirus is hitting people in ways that are unanticipated. So yeah, I mean, say a prayer, solidarity, all that good stuff.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, you filthy animals.
Wash your hands.
Honestly, okay, so the virus can live on things like metal, plastic, and up to 9 days.
Oh wow.
So wash your stinking hands all the time.
Yep.
You can literally wash your hands, go open a door, wipe your face, and get coronavirus.
right.
So
Wow.
be serious about washing your hands.
Most importantly,
You don't need all that. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, I was gonna say, stop taking all the toilet paper. Some of us lactose intolerant. All right, we need it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Paper towels,
Milk.
not the way. It's not.
Well.
Yes, moving on.
that That's shutting me down.
This is a walking. I mean, technically, it's a show about a virus, so we could talk longer, but we won't.
Right? Hey, at least they have paper towels and toilet paper.
Do they? Do they?
You know, I assume so.
Oh, I don't want to know.
No. 10 years later, they don't. Who's
Why do you
making
think?
toilet
Why do you
paper?
think Michonne's got all those bandanas?
Oh. Yeah, never thought about it. You know, what is their hygiene like at this point?
Do not want to know.
Ancient Rome,
Do not want to know.
minus the drinking pee.
Maybe. It's a possibility.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in time, like, we go to someone's house and there's a bucket of water with, like, this weird little mop thing in it, and, like, they poop, and then they go over to the bucket of water, and they use it, wipe their butt, and put it back in. Like I said, ancient Rome drove out drinking the pee.
All right.
Gross.
Heard it here first, folks.
Yep, history. That's your history lesson for the day.
Now you know.
Now, reference being on the end of the poo stick. You know what it means.
All right, Quinn, will you take us into the next section?
Yeah, I will. Just for everybody, I hope you enjoyed the little intro, because now it's time for the spoiler alert. If you haven't left now, too late, because it's time for us to talk about the episode.
Is this where you go? Burr, burr, burr.
We don't have sound effects. We need sound effects.
Yeah, maybe I'll just like play an alarm on my phone or something.
What the sound effects guy?
My name's not what's his face from Police Academy.
That dude is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all right. So Walking Dead universe news. They shut down production for season 11, so it might get pushed back. That's really the only thing out there that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
And next episode is Michonne's last episode. Yeah. I thought we were going to get at least 2.
Oh man, this is about to be real.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be an extra long episode, like a special?
I hope so. I hope so.
I mean,
I hope it's all Michonne all the time.
Yeah.
it looks like it. It doesn't look like they're cutting back to whatever's left over there.
Yeah.
Looks like Michonne's gonna go back to her roots.
Yeah. With the zombies behind her, the walkers, keeping them behind her. Speaking of, last week when we read our episode description, it was the description for next week's episode,
So
and
yeah.
not this week's episode, because there was whatever, I looked it up online and that's what it said. So
That's what we
sorry about
got.
that.
That's cool. Mistakes happen. Everything happens.
Yeah.
All right. I guess are we ready for this intro?
Yes, sir.
Episode 12. Walk with us. Negan helps the Whispers and Alpha launch an attack against Hilltop.
Burr, 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 burr.
Which led to some shenanigans and
real.
several deaths, and
I feel like they're withholding a lot of information that happened in this episode.
yeah, and like a whole thing like, oh no, what, huh, what, no, what, and now you're getting a Michonne episode and you gotta wait.
Yeah.
All right, well, so after that, let's rate the episode. We'll start with, I don't know, new guy.
I'm going with a solid 8.
No, that's not how this works.
Oh.
Let me tell you how this works.
He's new, so
What? Okay, explain it to me.
So you don't just do a number. You do a number and a thing, like 8 little piggies or 8 walkers walking or something like that.
golden rings ringing.
Yeah, that.
Okay, Jesus. All right.
Usually something crazy from the show.
Yeah.
Okay. 8 babies crying. I give it a solid 8 babies crying. There
That's
we go.
fair. That's
Yes.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah, because that baby cried almost throughout the entire episode. Oh my God. I wouldn't have cheated. 8 babies crying. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Dylan.
Oh, usually Quinn goes first. Okay, so I'm gonna say a 9. Even though I gave last week's episode a solid 11, and this week's episode I liked more, there were some things I didn't like. I'm gonna say like a 9.8. 9.8. Oh shoot, I just had it. Dead Earls.
Not what it did,
Dead
Earls.
Is it not too soon? I feel like it's too soon.
That dude went out like a champ, man.
Shay gave it 8 alpha heads.
8 alpha heads.
Oh, okay.
I like
Took
that.
you long enough.
8 alpha heads.
I'm going to give it 9.9 Negans kissing because I was right.
You were.
I was. Yep. I was really happy. Like, she turned around and was like, she's gonna die. And then, like, ah!
You were that excited about it?
I was, because I didn't know when it was gonna happen. And I was like, if it's gonna happen, now has to be it. So, and yeah, it felt really good.
I'm pretty sure he felt pretty good about it.
But I don't know. The only reason it's not a 10 is because when Negan and Alpha were kissing, it was very tender.
It was too much.
It was tender and it was soft and it was sweet and it's like, oh, they actually care about each other. Maybe.
Were you there?
I mean, they made me feel like, because they just kept.
That was creepy. I didn't like it.
All right.
It made my skin crawl.
Yeah. But like I said before, all right, you go a long time, okay? You might start looking at things a little differently.
You got a hand.
So I guess he literally betrayed her with a kiss.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, he had to have cared for her. I guess we're starting with Negan and Alpha.
I guess so.
Okay. He had to have cared for her because if he didn't, like, he wouldn't have given her that last goodbye kiss as you bleed out.
Yeah, that was you're right. That was tender. That was too tender.
I feel like he was trying to talk her out of killing her daughter, but when he realized he couldn't, that's when he decided he had to go ahead and...
Except for his deal with Carol. Like,
Yeah.
what is that about?
What is the deal with Carol?
So, Carol had to have let him out before. Like,
Yeah.
Carol let him out.
Mm-hmm.
Old boy, crazy kid saw him leaving, and he was like, oh, this is my chance. I'm going to get in good with Negan. And then that was just a whole thing of, like, that's just a whole thing. But, yeah, and then Negan left. He had a plan the whole time, and he stuck to it. But now we need to know what was the deal that they made.
See, and here's my question. So if they even had the deal, why did Carol go through everything that she went through, get them trapped in the cave?
Reassurance.
You might have to speak up.
Oh, am I not talking loud enough?
Reassurance. Because if Carol couldn't get... Because, like she had the talk with Daryl about not getting what she wants, like, you know, having to live with not getting what you want. Mm-hmm. And she realized, well, I can't get Alpha myself, so let me have a trump card just in case I fail.
Yeah.
And
I want to know what could she offer Negan that would make him follow through that far? Because he obviously, like you said, he had some feelings for Negan, for Alpha. Because, I mean, he obviously wasn't down with everything she was doing. He called her out at the very end and everything. I thought when he was telling her, you know, oh, you think that emotions don't mean anything, that we're animals, that's bullshit. Like, I thought right then that was the moment. Like, he was calling her out, letting her know what he thought. But with the tender kiss, and he was telling her about his wife with the chemo, and she was bald and everything. Like, really? You saw your wife in Alpha? Like, that's what messed with me.
sees that diamond in the rough. I mean, sometimes people can do that. It just happens.
Yeah, I mean, he's been broken.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, like they say, you fall on the rock and be broken, or have the rock fall on you and be crushed. And Alpha, Carol crushed her, man.
Yeah.
Like, she came, karma got her.
Wow. Shouts out to Carol's always surprising me. I've always liked Carol.
Yeah.
Not since.
She was playing chess and Alpha was playing checkers.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Like, Carol stopped surprising me of, like, doing crazy stuff after I found out she was killing people with the flu in the prison. Like, after that, I was like, oh, this woman's insane.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have a Carol right now. Oh, Corona? What?
Oh.
So, yeah.
I forgot about that. That is why Rick kicked Carol out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Negan must have like talked to Carol, took Lydia somewhere, because obviously Carol wants Lydia to live. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that relationship change?
I don't know why he had to capture Lydia though.
For Alpha or for Carol?
Or at all, because Well, I mean, maybe he thinks that he's going to go back and get Lydia and take her back to Carol. Maybe that's why. But I mean, being that Lydia wasn't tied very well, and she was able to get out, and he obviously it was obviously just a bait and switch where she wasn't actually there. He could have done that with Alpha at any point and pretended that he had Lydia anyways.
But if he found Lydia, was able to get back to Alpha, he probably did that to give him enough time so Lydia would be out of the way, just to not, because obviously where he found her was not too far from where Alpha was. Mm-hmm. So
if anybody would have seen Lydia, they probably would have been able to be like, he's lying.
Or if Alpha actually got a hold of Lydia, she'd be like 2 minutes after that. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Or if Beta saw Lydia in like 30 seconds after that.
I feel like Beta might have been too far away. Because I kind of feel like everybody's scattered.
Yeah.
And what's their faces? Gosh darn, what's their names? The redhead, the baby, and the dude with
Gamma?
the the one who's Gamma.
Mary?
Mary, that was her name. Mary, who was formerly Gamma.
The Whisperer, formerly known as Gamma.
Kelly, and then I want to say Aaron, but it's not Aaron. I know he's not Aaron.
You talking about the one with the baby?
Aaron was dragging Luke around.
Aaron
yes.
has one arm.
I know. But no, the guy who's also the blacksmith, I can't remember his name right
Earl.
now. Not Earl.
No, not Earl.
Oh, Alden.
Alden, there we go. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Alden just became a single father and he wasn't ready for all that.
Man.
It's like,
oh, shoot. He didn't know Earl's dead.
Yeah.
No, he don't.
He wasn't even a father, but now he's a whole single father. He went from being
wow,
a family friend to being a father. Well, congratulations. Happy Father's Day.
Okay, well, because I feel like that's a good segue. Anything else with Alpha Negan or Negan Alpha?
I don't know. I'm sure it'll come back around.
It's going to come back around.
I think we hit all the big points.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah.
Gamma?
You want to go with Earl?
Oh, okay.
Earl?
Well, I mean, we could get back around to that. Go ahead with Earl.
Okay. So Earl's dead.
Yeah.
But
that's so sweet. That's such a tender. It's like, your parents are gonna be so proud when they find you. It's like, oh no.
Man, the fact that he just tried to like take himself out with just like slamming his head on a wood spike, though, I was like, this man really did go to actual war.
That was a freaking railroad spike.
Yeah, he was not trying to turn at all.
Yeah, poor guy. He failed. But such a valiant effort.
How though? Like, I don't like the way he
didn't do it hard enough.
Did he bounce off the nail? Like that?
Well, there was a scrape across his forehead, so it looked like he hit it, and he just wasn't strong enough. It knocked him out,
and then
or killed him at least, or maybe he was already dying. If he would have hit himself in the eye, maybe. But
yeah, he was like on the cusp of death. Like his skin was already turning gray. His eyes were all. He was just like breathe on him. He's like, die.
Yeah.
So, but then Judith came in there, and she had. I think this is the first time she had to kill someone she knew.
Yeah, because she had killed the Whisperer. That was like the first time she realized that she killed an actual person.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is having that moment right now.
His vision went blurry before he tried.
You know what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's true. It's just not something I would want to fail at doing.
I mean,
I know, right? It's like your last. Oh, sorry, I'm not on the microphone.
Yeah.
I have to get a cough drop.
Last ditch effort and.
Yeah. Your last big hurrah to save the kids and.
Man, but Judith, I understand now. Judith, she went from 10 to all of 21 in this episode.
She was already a grown man.
Like, she went through a lot in this episode.
Okay, new kid. Look, Judith was already a grown man. She just didn't have them grown man problems, and now she does, because she got a body count of not walkers.
Yeah. She almost killed Beta. So close. If he wouldn't have been wearing that bulletproof jacket.
Oh, yeah. Beta should be dead, I feel like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, even, what was the one's name in the prison cell that let the girl go when Beta was down there?
Oh, you're
Broke
talking
her
about
neck on the prison bars.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I can't remember her name. Barcode. We call her Barcode.
You call her Barcode? Yeah. Well, she should have killed Beta.
Oh, yeah.
She should have just ran the thing straight through his neck and just ended it. Nah, people want to sit there and talk and look at this big freakish dude like a teddy bear.
I saw a meme.
She was badass. She thought she was going to take him out or capture him. That's why she didn't kill him.
Yeah.
She was trying to capture him.
Somebody
She thought
that
she
big
could do it.
that looks like that.
She was a badass though. I mean, like,
I don't care how bad
I
you
saw
are.
a meme. It was Jason, Michael Myers, and Beta. It was like who would win.
ooh,
So
I don't know.
I don't know. They all get up after.
they all
Yeah.
get up. It's like I just threw this man down an elevator shaft. What? Why? Why are you still up?
Yeah, he just gets off. A little blood. Arrgh.
Well, why is he still alive?
With his little gold tooth up there. So whatever. I wish someone would point that out. That would be the best thing. But yeah. So
Yeah. So Earl. I mean, that ties into a whole lot of things with. They kind of falsely led us to believe that maybe Ezekiel got taken out, but it wasn't. It was, so we got second body count. We got Earl, Rip Earl, bury him out in the woods, and
or wherever.
I think there's a Dixie Chick song I'm trying to reference or something. But yeah, anyways. So we didn't lose Ezekiel. I thought for sure we are gonna lose Ezekiel this episode, like some big hurrah, because last episode they kind of made it look like it was gonna be Daryl or Ezekiel. And obviously, it's not gonna be Daryl.
Yeah.
So, and
then,
Ezekiel's getting all the closure.
Yeah. I just want to know if like a zombie just gonna bite that.
That's how he survives the cancer. They just bite it off.
Yeah, maybe, you know. Just bite the big old lump out of his neck and just. You know,
I feel better.
I can't. I can't.
just bite the cancer out, you know. I'm just
And the
saying.
zombie just dies.
Yeah,
And he's like the Chuck Norris of the apocalypse.
they found the cure.
So over all of this.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Like the cure is cancer.
No.
What, the zombie like turns human again or what?
I mean, it'd be kind of depressing. Turns human and then die, like from cancer. Like, wow,
That would be weird.
that would be
That would be
upsetting.
weird.
Like, that would be really
The
upsetting.
zombie is like, I feel better.
Yeah, just imagine, you
So
know,
weird.
a loved one having to witness that. Oh man, you died. Turn to a zombie. You're back. Oh, but you're dying again.
Wow, yeah, that would be horrible. But he's not a zombie anymore.
Right?
So I guess.
Yes, it's just a pile of bones.
Bright side, you don't have to put the stake in its head. You know, you don't have to stab him in the brain. Open caskets.
Wow. Okay.
Or you could just, cut his head off and carry it around.
Like Alpha.
That's morbid. Let's just put him in the ground, man.
That's
Rest in
fine.
peace.
Like Alpha,
Not
where
rest in
that
peace
pile
is.
of heads
Moving
that
on. Why are we stuck on this? That's funny.
they- Well, what's next? Who's next?
Oh, so excuse me. So okay, so Ezekiel survived. I guess we could go into. Well, I don't.
Ezekiel
know.
survived. That's it. He survived.
Yeah.
And he didn't have.
I wonder how long
much
he was
to say
trapped
this
underneath
episode.
that shed thing.
Probably
Yeah.
a minute.
He got knocked out conveniently.
And
Like, where's Judith? That's like his only lines during the entire thing. Where's Judith? And what was the other one?
Earl has the kids.
Earl, find Earl. Earl's got the kids.
Man,
Poor guy, man.
poor Earl.
And then so that's that. Daryl. Who is in the group of Daryl? Besides, I remember Jerry's wife. Who's
Yeah, you
named-
know,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
that's right. They were
Jerry's
all
wife.
looking-
Jerry's wife. Like, I
Nabila.
understand your kids went missing, but doing, oh my God, where's my kid? Oh
So
my
yeah,
God,
like
it's
she called Jerry
unnecessary.
out too because he was like, "It's okay, the king's got him. He's not a king." It's like, what?
What? You know
Yeah,
what?
you not hear that?
I would have tripped it.
Dang.
She up here like, I just got my arm burnt. I gotta walk in this heat. You don't have my kids.
I know.
Like,
She's doing too
She
much.
cut into the quick because
Yeah, she's
even
like-
though, like he's Jerry, like that's his identity is like that's the king. I serve the king, you know.
yep.
She's like, he's not
Man,
a
she
king.
cut into the quick.
What?
Like Jerry needs to get his house in order. No.
She'll get his house in order. Leave her behind.
It's like one of them things. You have your girlfriend, wife, whatever, and y'all living at home with her parents, and if she like, I really need you to get your. Wait, can I say the S word?
Yeah, he says shit in pants.
Okay,
all the
cool.
time.
Yeah, he does.
does,
Well,
he
duh.
does.
You need to get your shit together because I'm tired of living at home with insert whichever parent's here.
That's strangely specific.
It's not.
I feel like this is something
yeah.
particular.
Got to bet something?
No.
All right.
Moving on. So Daryl thought everybody was dead.
I'm waiting for that comment for Shay to pop up.
So Daryl thought everybody was dead. They got to the meeting point. A zombie walked out. What was that zombie eating? A rat, maybe? I don't know. 'Cause,
He
it
had
was
like
blood
red
all
blood
over.
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought for sure he got somebody.
It was like they walked and like he just like, nope, forget you. I'm running in the house. And then the guy with the arrow, he got in there. It's like, nobody's here. Where is everybody?
Yeah.
So they were the first ones there, I guess, with that.
I thought Rosita was gonna die this episode too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like when
Yeah,
like
we
when
talked about
Eugene
that,
took
maybe.
off and she went out, like I thought she was gonna chase after Eugene. I thought that was
She was
Yeah.
on the got.
yeah.
Speaking of Eugene, there was a little sweet moment with him and Carol where they kind of connected. I thought she was going to let that walker bite her.
Yeah.
She was just like, "Leave me alone, leave me alone." That's like for her, they're nothing but just a nuisance. Like it's not even a real threat.
At this point,
Yeah, it was like a couple seasons ago. Even it would have been just like, "Ah, there they are." You know, it's like
Yep.
falling over the log or whatever. But
and just imagine season 1 Carol.
I
She
think
would have been
Dude,
freaking
yeah.
out
I
in a
think
situation
maybe
like
the
that.
point-
she would have fell on it and got bit.
I think maybe the point of that walker and like that moment was her sitting on the log and it kept going like, I'm gonna get you. It was just like she was so emotionally distraught that literally like even the thought of dying wasn't even gonna phase her. So
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah, I forgot what led up to that. Like you come up, Yumiko smacked her hard. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she sure did.
took a cherry cheesecake to the face.
Yep.
But I think I spotted a blooper because when she punched her, I saw blood. But then when they went back, there was no blood.
Oh.
So, but yeah, I'm surprised Carol just let her get away with that too.
Cause she feels really bad and
Yeah.
she's
She
like,
should feel bad.
and it's like
Yeah.
I'm
kick
the
Carol's-
reason this has even happened, and there's only one of them here right now.
Whole reason. It's all your fault, Carol. You did it. All because
Yeah.
you couldn't wait. You chased him into
Yeah.
a cave, trapped with
Scooby doing.
walkers.
Yeah.
Scooby doing.
Woo, 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 we all fell.
Yeah.
Rinky's raggy.
But can we talk about one stupid thing this episode where, like, I thought it was a dream sequence where Yumiko is shooting the arrows, Carol's shooting the arrows, and they look over and they see Magna
Okay.
walking among the horde with just like some blood and dirt on her face.
Like, okay, I wish they hadn't cut the commercial. I really like. I don't know if it cut the commercial on yours, but
I was watching it online.
okay. Well, yeah, it cut the commercial on mine, and I was like, why? Wait, I need you to answer this question. Like, I didn't get a good look at Magna. All I see is. And I'm like, is Magna dead? Is that zombie Magna? Yumiko's about to die if that zombie Magna. Can we like get answers here? And then it just cut. Everything's ashes. Everyone's scattered. And I'm like, did I miss something?
Yeah. Yeah, see, I thought because they were because they were cutting to Carol, I thought for sure maybe Yumiko was about to get bit or attacked or something, and Carol was watching and she was going to save her or something, and it was going to be like, you know, that was going to come into play later with her being mad at Carol
I
because
thought
of
she
Magna.
was seeing things.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that to me that reminded me of Fear. Oh yeah, Shayla said she thought she was seeing. Okay. That reminded me of Fear because one of the gripes I have about Fear the Walking Dead is that they don't play by the same rules as The Walking Dead has established for this universe. Like they put a little blood and a little bit of gore on them, and they can walk amongst the dead like it's nothing. But even as recently as when Carl got shot in the eye, they had to be covered in guts, and they were being careful not to say anything. And that one kid was mommy, and everybody got killed. Like that was a real threat.
Happening.
Oh yeah.
Like it was a real threat. But now it's like she's just like wandering amongst them, and she's just got a little blood on her, and like they don't sniff her out or they don't notice her. It's like, oh, because she was such like a dead person. It's like, So you telling me they can be like a whisperer and not have to wear the skins or nothing?
All right, I'm gonna try. Here we go.
Oh, you ready for this? He's so good at this. He's so great at this. He's the greatest BSer in the world. Go ahead.
Carl Sales.
Go ahead.
Carl Sales?
See, Shay has the same idea. That's why I married her.
Might just smell like death.
Because
They all smell
she
like
was,
death. They don't have showers.
The cave exploded.
Yeah, that's true. They smell like stinky people.
Oh, the cave like exploded, but then she was telling the story of like we were trying to like get through them and everything, and just like walk with them. And I was holding Connie's hand, and then we got separated, and I lost her.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they didn't notice her because I mean she's not gonna say anything. Connie can't say anything. So like just their deadness keeps bumping up to her. She keeps bumping into them. Eventually that smell's gonna rub off. So and then she's like, well, I killed one earlier. I got this on me. It helps me smell like them just a tad more.
It's not consistent though.
And let's just there's a whisper. I'm a duck, and just keep going with it. But the smell of death now and the smell of death at the beginning of the show are two different smells of death.
I don't know. They still smell like stank. Like people's sweaty armpits.
Quinn, they stink.
Like,
Yeah, they
You
stank.
know how many
stank
times
and
they done
death are
covered
not
them?
the same smell.
Yeah, they've been all up in these bodies and had guts all over them.
But those bodies were a lot fresher than these bodies. Those bodies were maybe zombies for a couple months. These zombies have been here for years.
So you saying they stink
How
is
you know
different?
they're not freshly dead?
Where'd they get all these dead bodies? They literally killed the population of what I'm assuming is Atlanta and sent it to everybody, sent it to them.
I don't know. And in the midst of all of them coming at them, like it's like, what are the chances that they didn't accidentally get killed? Which she just coming in with everybody else, and nobody shot her with an arrow.
Because they were kind of in the back. They weren't in the front. They weren't.
Yeah, but
They weren't amongst the ones that went. They weren't amongst the ones that got stuck on the thing and like stuck like it was Game of Thrones. Like,
was that the electric fence?
that's the electric fence. They weren't amongst the ones that got the blew like caught on fire with the arrow. They were like in the middle to where they wouldn't get noticed. The ones that weren't getting led by whisperers, they were just kind of there because like once they broke through, she's like, "Oh, shooting! You look like Magna." Hey Yumiko.
I'm not buying it.
What
I'm
I
not
tell
buying
you? I
it.
told you, greatest BS in the world.
You sound like one of the writers for the show. That's probably somebody. That's like that meme where there's like you got a group of people and the one person says something that makes sense and they throw them out the window. That's what I imagine the writer's room in Walking Dead is like. Somebody's like, "That's not realistic." What?
Right? Like Quinn fills in those plot holes.
Okay. Well, what else is there? Who else is there?
All right, so we didn't get into the beta gamma thing. So Alden and Mary made up to a certain extent. He allowed her, and allowed her to hold Adam, and she got closure. And then he asked what her sister's name was.
Yeah.
And Kelly kind of instigated, kind of orchestrated that a little bit. So give her credit for that. But I really wish she wouldn't have sacrificed herself. She didn't really have to.
She didn't either. She didn't.
That's true. That's true.
Because like she didn't know. But the second she's like and she got away safely and everything was fine. There was no troubles. I was like,
When she looked up,
she about to get got.
yeah, when she looked up at the sun, I was like, oh, she finna turn around and.
Yeah, that's like the people that they're like the last 5 steps of the race, and they're like, yeah, and then the other person just buzzes past them.
It's like, hey, excuse me.
You never do that. You never do that.
Yeah, I'm like, it just sucks to turn into a blade like that. Hey, but you know what though? She's a fighter. Like she had a whole blade in her and still swinging and trying to fight. Probably would have helped if she kept the knife in her hand instead of dropping it after killing that.
No, she sheathed it, and she never reached for it the entire time.
Yeah.
She's just sitting there going,
Another situation where Beta could have died.
Excuse me.
Huh?
Another situation where Beta could have died, but it's okay.
I mean, she sheathed the
it would've been
knife,
nice if she
and
took him
then
out.
you turn around, surprised you got a knife in your stomach, like
That's
you just
like the size of your head.
yeah, you're just kind of like, oh, what is that was just panic.
I don't even.
Yeah, and he gutted her too. It's like,
Like a family pig.
I honestly
Like a
thought
stupid
like she was gonna like turn around, eyes closed, right into her throat.
Yeah, nah, she got stabbed. But like I said, she still.
no, he wanted to look her in the eye.
Yeah, but she was still swinging.
Betrayer.
And then she tore off half the mask.
Yeah.
Which now Beta's gonna start. He is gonna like anybody that recognizes his face. He's probably gonna have to like. do
One guy
something.
and he
Yeah.
killed him.
Yeah.
He just like, nope, I don't need this problem and death.
He said, man, your voice sounded familiar. Yeah, boy. Man,
I used to have all your albums.
I mean, I don't understand, like, whispers.
Don't sign autographs.
You know, after that one whisper saw Alpha crying, like, I realized it's probably in your best interest to mind your business.
You got a point.
Yeah, I'm not asking no questions. Oh, you look like, nah, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I thought you, I'm gonna go.
I said whisper. So what do you think's going to happen? Like that in the comics, Alpha died, and then Beta was the one that sent the Horde in retribution. But now that all that's already happened, so what is there left for Beta?
The Horde still exists, but it's not as strong as it was. They lost a lot. They did lose a lot of walkers. They did make a point of that. And Alpha did say to Negan, don't kill him. We'll collect them, put it for the Horde. So there's still a Horde. It's just not big. So whatever's left, Beta's probably gonna send to Alexandria, where everybody else is gonna go, and make that that last stand and be the end of the Whisperer War.
Hopefully, it's not like X-Men Last Stand.
What happened to all the guns when Negan, they had when Negan was around?
They don't have no bullets.
It's been a while, but I mean, Eugene can make them.
Yeah.
They
Eugene
know
can make bullets,
But do you know how easy that would be dealing with the Whisperers?
for real.
but they might have run out of materials to make the bullets.
Maybe.
I mean, they got guns.
Gunpowder.
Like Judith seems to have enough ammo for her gun, and they have guns when super necessary. But they look like they just try to use bow and arrows, machete, swords.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's
spears.
been several years because how many years? Like 3 or 4 years since Rick gone.
7, ain't it?
6 years.
Has it?
6, 7.
6 years.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Negan's been in jail for a long time.
Yeah.
And so, but they lived this close enough to DC where surely they could find even
Something.
or something, or I mean, even maybe everything's been looted, but even the library where they got the idea for the wagons and stuff, they could find a book on how to create gunpowder, how to make gunpowder. Because I mean, think about the Chinese been making gunpowder for eons,
Go to the Smithsonian. I'm pretty sure there's something.
Yeah, so I mean, Eugene of all people could figure it out. They could make their own gunpowder, and they already know where a facility is to make their own bullets and everything. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense why they don't have it.
I feel like
Because they haven't had a threat, so they felt like, why make bullets against walkers?
But
than,
as many threats as they've
Man,
had,
right? That's
Because
something I've
why
never
don't they just stock
understood.
up?
Because they haven't had a threat in a while, and they were at peace.
Nah, man.
Everything was going smoothly. There was nothing trying to come at them besides walkers here and there.
Okay, but how long have, at least a year, they've been dealing with the Whisperers?
Uh-huh.
And they didn't say, it's time to go to DC.
Maybe they're on the wrong side of the border. I mean, we don't see a map. We don't know. And
They didn't care about the border anyway.
they didn't care about the
Reconnaissance mission,
This guy
Eugene.
here, I tell you, you're great. You're great. This war would have been over with if they had bullets a long time ago.
But we also know the Whisperers have guns.
Barely.
That's true.
They have a few guns.
They could
And
have more.
we-
They had guns right then.
I just know Alpha has a gun.
Everybody has a gun.
I've only seen.
Yeah, because when they met him at the border, one of them had like an AK or something like that.
and the others had pistols.
Man, they probably got 5 guns between them.
Had a military base.
Versus all of Alexandria and all the guns that they had. Like, did you see all the guns that Negan took from them? They had a lot of guns.
They
But
did.
it's
A lot of guns.
But it's been years.
Big
too.
guns.
That's what happens when you don't have Rick. You are unprepared.
Right? You know what?
They still find bullets for Judah's gun,
Yeah, I love Michonne and all, but
That's Judith.
Michonne's not a great leader.
but they can find bullets for that, but they can't just like
Right.
get bullets for their other guns. Come on.
I feel like Judith.
And where are all the feral hogs taking over the countryside?
Don't know.
I feel like Judith's the only one that's been doing any training too.
No, Michelle wasn't doing training. There was a whole training sequence at like the beginning of the
That's true.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. It sure was sloppy. It's like watching 300 all over again. Like, we all know how this ends.
I mean,
This is Alexandria.
that's basically how it went down at
Exactly.
Hilltop.
We know how it
There's
ended.
not a Hilltop anymore.
It's just a top.
Maggie's gonna be pissed.
It's an ash top.
Yeah. Maggie, man,
Oh,
Maggie can't be
dude,
mad
yeah.
about nothing. She left. When you leave and you abandon your people, you have no rights to say anything. You left.
That's true. I mean,
She left it to Jesus, and
I
where's
can't believe-
Jesus?
He
Yeah.
did.
Exactly.
I can't believe that she didn't at least take the portraits of Glenn and her sister and her daddy.
I forgot
She
she had
left
a sister.
those.
She did have a sister,
Yeah,
didn't she?
Beth.
I wish
Yeah.
that whenever she comes back, I would like for them to go into why she left and things.
Oh, they better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pissed if they don't.
How old is
Yeah.
her son gonna be whenever he comes back?
10, maybe. No, he'll be like 8.
He
'Cause
better
he
know
was
how to
like-
fight like
He
Judith.
was older than RJ,
Yeah. So he'll be like, because RJ's like 6.
something like that.
And they didn't even introduce RJ. Like, RJ kind of just appeared out of nowhere for me. He was
Did
just
you
kind
think?
Sits in
Did
the
you think he
background.
wasn't real?
RJ.
He's like Judith's shadow.
Yeah, for a while.
For a while, you thought he wasn't real.
Yeah, and like out of nowhere, he
I
just
was
come
hoping.
running down the hallway like, "Mommy!" Like, who?
That was a
this
theory
little
for a
mixed
while that
baby?
he was
Yeah.
like a figment of Michonne's
And
imagination.
if the homeboy turned out not to be real,
I was hoping.
I would
I
have
was
lost
hoping that it
my
was like some
stuff.
PSTD.
You know
Or
what? No,
PSTD.
There was a lot of that going on.
PTSD?
PTSD
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Like, you know, that's like Carol. Whenever
PTSD.
I know this is going back a couple episodes, but when Carol was on her little drug binge and not sleeping, hey, she was creeping me out. I just wanted her to sleep.
I want more of that. I want more psychological, like man versus himself type stuff. Because we've seen like man versus the wild, man versus man versus man, man versus nature, and all that kind of stuff. I really like the man versus himself aspect,
Yeah.
especially out in the apocalypse where panic and all this other stuff is a factor, and fear of the unknown, and like there should be a lot more of
Sadiq
that.
really went through it. Weak-minded fool.
You leave Sadiq alone.
I'm sorry. Look, they all went through something traumatic, and Sadiq couldn't handle that. I'm not saying I could handle it, but then again, I don't live in a world where it's that messed up.
That's true.
Give it
So,
a month.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, Negan beating people's head in with a baseball bat, I feel like is a whole lot worse than watching somebody get their head cut off.
No.
You don't think so? Watching somebody's head get bashed
Negan
in?
beat two people's head.
Yeah,
Two people's head in.
yeah. Did you not see how vicious that was?
And like he let them go. He's like, y'all are mine now. Alpha came in there,
Was it
watch, and then run right after the other of people you knew, friends, someone you were literally trained, like was your apprentice, literally trained to become the next doctor.
Enid?
What is okay? Maggie lost her husband,
And
what's Sasha and Rosita both lost
Abraham.
Abraham. Everybody lost something, and then Rick lost his second and third in command.
he lost his best friend.
Yeah,
at the
I
time.
thought Daryl was considered his best friend.
Daryl's his brother.
Oh, okay. Well, he lost his best friend. Like, man, they all and Glenn was really important to the group.
For sure.
And
And a lot of people quit The Walking Dead after that.
I quit The
because-
Walking Dead after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because of this, I came
Speaking
back.
of, he just binged everything from that point up to now.
Yep, sure did. Took me
So from your point of view, having been one of the people that quit because of that, and now you've seen everything up to now, where do you think it's gotten better?
It's definitely gotten better. I definitely like it a lot more. Because at first I felt like it was stale. It was repetitive, same old. But hey,
You're
I've
the
been
same old,
surprised.
same old. You're the same old, same old.
You know what?
What?
You look like if same old was a person.
Okay.
They've been friends for a long, long time, so they're like an old married couple. So,
But yeah, no, definitely got better, especially with like Negan joining in, and then with Alpha and the way that the Whispers, like they haven't been. It's been more like a psychological war type thing. Because before I had said something like I would like to see them, dealing more with just the zombies and less with going to war with other people. And they kind of had that along with sicknesses and then dealing with their inner demons. It wasn't just a straight out war.
It was all Alpha.
Yeah, dealing with a whole other person. It was almost like like the Cold War between like Russia and America.
That's
like,
exactly what they compared it to.
Yeah. Oh, really? It's crazy. But yeah, that's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
And I like that. I thought it was real interesting, and to see it all come apart and find out that Alpha and then that doctor dude all played a big part.
Dante.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dante.
that guy. I like that storyline with Dante.
I like Dante. I just hated how he killed Sadiq. I thought Sadiq was alive. I thought he was playing dead until he wasn't.
So,
And then I feel like his death was him dying and turning into a zombie. I felt like was pointless because he wasn't even going for the right person after he turned. He was going to eat his baby. What was the point of that? Like he wasn't even going. I was like, oh man, even in death, he's still going to look out for his family.
Well, no,
I mean, Dante's a whisperer, so he knew how. I'm sorry, I'm playing your game, Quinn.
What?
Uh-oh. We got a apprentice BSer. Wow.
But it seems to me like things are on a great path to revitalize The Walking Dead, because a lot of the things that people complained about, like, oh, there's too many communities, too many people, they're chiseling it down right now.
Mm-hmm.
Chiseling it down.
Yeah.
And so next season, I mean, they're getting into the bigger communities, but still, I wonder how they're gonna handle that. Because Hilltop's gone, the Kingdom's gone. They got Oceanside still.
How many more seasons do you think they're gonna have?
2 or 3.
At least.
At least. And then if they do the Rick movies still.
Yeah.
I feel like they should end the series with the Rick movies. Because
there are rumors that they're going to stop with season 12, but I doubt that. Well, I don't know, because this new, what is it? The
World Beyond?
World Beyond, that's going to be a 2-season special. That's it. Just 2 seasons for that.
Does that have to do with where Rick is, like dealing with that?
Well, it's actually one of the 3 communities, because you've seen the symbols, like the 3 circles. That represents 3 communities. In the comics, it was like 1 community, right?
Uh-huh.
So they've broken it up into 3 different communities, and it looks like Fear is dealing with 1 right now. Maggie's at 1, and then this other show is about another.
Oh, no.
So I haven't kept up with Fear after the first
Yeah, me neither.
season.
I tried to binge it and catch up before this, but I'm going to have to go back just because there's so many references and everything seems to be drawn together right now. I think just to stay relevant, I'm going to have to watch it.
They're all heading towards the aliens.
Yeah, I saw that about
Please
the
don't
alien
do that.
spore.
Please don't do that.
Please don't do that.
I'm so against
that
this.
wasn't
Like,
real, right?
Huh?
Like, that wasn't real, right?
Oh, no, it's very real.
Like the alien spore thing. That's why the zombies are.
yeah. So just to catch you up, Robert Kirkman wrote the Walking Dead series. He ended it abruptly, I might add,
Yes.
and then just kind of like a final FU to AMC. I don't know if he did it on purpose for that reason, but he is that type of person. And he just said, "Oh well, he always said that he would never explore how it came. That he wanted to leave that open ending." And then once he finished the comics, and he's still got all these lawsuits, everything going on with AMC, they owe him money, all this kind of stuff. It seems like just to kind of throw a wrench in it, he said, "Oh well, it was started by alien spores. What do they say? Like alien flew by, dropped it, and left.
Yeah.
Just to stir the pot."
Just to stir the pot. Which is hilarious.
Wow.
And I mean, they said the movies would get more sci-fi, so I mean, we could see Rick just end up on a alien spaceship, and it'd be like
I feel like they'll ruin it. They'll ruin
Alien versus
everything.
Predator.
They'll ruin everything by doing that.
Please
do
don't
that.
do that.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
he did it just to like flip off AMC basically. But I mean, I feel
if
like
they take that seriously, like, oh yeah, that's where we need to go with it. Please don't. Dude, that's a whole nother series. Don't do that with this one.
That's a totally another
That
series.
is a whole nother series. I can't even think of the name of it right now.
I would
but
pay
don't
to
do
see it right now. That would actually be like slightly hilarious if like the final scenes are Rick on a ship. He has a cure. Michonne has to go to an escape pod, and then he's like talking to her over the comms. I always love you. Rick dies.
No, she says that, and he says, "I know."
Oh, and then time skip 10 years later, grown man woman Judith and her son, whose name
Uncle RJ.
and Uncle RJ,
Who's the new Daryl?
who's now Daryl, just sitting on the porch telling the story of how their father, your grandfather, young grown man Judith.
They're not on a porch. They're on the USS Enterprise.
I quit. That's where I draw my line.
So, yeah.
Unless Patrick Stewart
horrible
shows
idea.
up.
All of that is a horrible idea. I don't like none of that.
I agree.
I wasn't feeling none of that at all. Let's not do it. Take it, scrap it, flush it.
Make this more gritty, more based in realism, and more earnest, like the first several seasons.
Honestly, I don't think it matters how it started. Because like
Exactly,
at
yeah.
that point, like with them being in it, I don't even think they necessarily care how it started because how are they gonna stop it?
Yeah, and there are rumors because in the it was like season 2, the guy at the CDC whispered in Rick's ear what it was or something. So Rick probably knows
The truth.
the truth of it,
But
but
even if they did, I don't even think they would necessarily care. Like, oh, that's how it started.
Yeah.
But our main issue is surviving it. Like, cause like how it started, probably no way of stopping it.
yeah,
And if you can't stop it, really no concern of how it started.
But maybe you can stop it, and just Rick's like, oh, we don't need to stop it. We can survive it.
Maybe. I mean, life seems like it's so much more interesting that way anyway. So
yeah. I'm surprised that they haven't adapted it to they have people that are immune to it at this point because they've got new babies being born, or that it's mutated and gotten into the animals. Please.
I mean, there's one.
That would be such like because zombies right now are not a threat. Like nobody's scared of the zombies. I mean, like Carol's just sitting there swatting it away like a fly.
Stop you, baby.
Yeah. So, but think like remember when those rats came out of the woods? And I said this last week. Imagine if those were like if those rats bit you
yeah. See, that's also
and they
like,
want
what if
flesh.
what if this
Like
had started?
imagine the terror,
Yeah, that'd be horrifying.
or like a zombie deer, or wild dogs, or feral hogs that are zombified.
Or
like,
that
come
one
on.
lion that came from the zoo.
Yes.
There's probably a lion somewhere out there in the Georgia
I mean,
woods.
that's where Ezekiel's
Eagle-
tiger came
yeah,
from.
yeah.
Right, there's got to be a lot of animals from that zoo.
Yeah, or monkeys. Like, could
Oh,
you imagine
God,
zombie
monkeys.
Oh, monkeys.
throwing like
Nah,
zombie poo at you?
nah. A zombie monkey? That's scary. I couldn't imagine a monkey swinging from the tree and then like its arm just falls off as
And
it's
those
swinging. And
what?
lands on
Plus,
you.
they're so freaking strong. Could you imagine?
a zombie gorilla.
Because zombies are already strong because they don't feel anything. So like a zombie gorilla, a zombie monkey,
He just
That'd be a
that's
whole different
Superman.
show. They
He's
can't afford to
become
make that show.
barreling through the woods, knocking
What?
down trees.
man, that's bizarro.
A bear, zombie bear,
A zombie bear.
That's
like
terrifying.
the Revenant.
How are you gonna kill that?
You're not.
A gun.
It's not one big
Eugene
enough.
is the most valuable player in this zombie apocalypse.
Man, and Eugene
Eugene
starting
got
off.
a date.
Yeah,
Starting off, Eugene was not the most valuable player, but he grew.
he did.
He was a sorry
They
sack
made
of-
you think he was the
Ugh.
most valuable player,
Yeah,
but he it turns out he wasn't.
No, he
Yeah.
was a coward.
yeah. But he turned
Scary.
it. He turned it. And,
But yeah, he turned it. Then he
Stepped
was like,
up.
"I'm a man now. I'm gonna see if I can get Rosita." Man, she knew you before. She knew you before.
yeah, she
Yeah, I
told
was
him.
like, yeah, no,
You
not
not no, don't, cause like Rosita been with like okay, so it's like Abraham, the one son from the lead for like the lady leader of
Oh,
Alexandria.
yeah. Spencer.
Yeah, that guy. Feel like there was some like Sadiq, Gabriel, then kind of
Abraham.
back to Sadiq. So you're not even getting like sloppy seconds. You're getting like sloppy sixths.
I don't know. It's the apocalypse. Do what you want to do. I guess.
Is
I
it?
feel like they're
Is
very.
it?
I feel
I
like
mean,
they're very-
everybody's dirty already, anyways. So
They're very irresponsible.
it's like What's one more virus?
What's one more virus?
Right? Like, they're not even just like, in today's day and age so concerned about the coronavirus, but nobody worried about herpes or STDs. Are they not concerned about
Can
STDs?
you imagine, surely, some of those, remember Jadis's crew, the junk people? Surely, some of those would have, herpes, halfway across their mouth or something, just because they're gross people.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen that yet.
No STDs, doesn't happen, but they're having all these babies irresponsibly. I don't believe it. Why would you
Quinn's about to have an aneurysm?
Just why would you have a baby during the zombie apocalypse? I understand you want to repopulate, but
it's because there's no good condoms. What do you mean?
No good condoms.
There's no birth. No one's making birth control. Condoms do expire. You open that thing and be like, and dust.
You gotta wet it up a little bit.
With what? Dust.
Gotta spit on it.
Wet dust.
Oh my god!
Pull out.
Oh,
I don't know.
and this is what you get for hanging around so long. All right, we need to wrap it up. We're over an hour.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, is there anything else this episode that we haven't talked about? All right, so we covered Beta Gamma. We covered Gamma's death. We covered Earl's death. We covered Alpha's death.
Long live Carol.
Yes.
Yeah, long live Carol.
So, just in general, what do you think is going on with Carol's plan?
Wait.
We covered that.
One big thing.
What's that?
There's only one community left. No, there's two.
Yeah, Oceanside.
Oceanside and
We
Alexandria.
haven't even seen Oceanside.
Where is Oceanside?
Over
By
there.
the ocean. By the side of the ocean.
Yeah.
So you point. I'm done with both. I don't mean where, geographically, where is it located? Where are these? 'Cause that's the town. That's a place full of women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Luke, why are you not there, Luke? Why didn't you stay there, Luke?
I bet he wished he was.
He moved away and then came back.
I got blood on my face. I'm on a cart. This one armed man with a mace for another hand is carrying me around.
Dude, Aaron's face lately is just
I'm gonna be honest. I'm ready for Aaron to die.
Crack, man.
You ready for Aaron?
I'm ready for Aaron to die. He looked like the pressure's getting to him, and when that happens, people start to die, as we can clearly see.
I don't know. Before he dies, he's gonna have some kind of resolution. He's gonna get peace, because that's just usually how it happens.
Man. He lost his husband, boyfriend, and he just he's never gonna find a love again.
That goes into my next point. Here soon, it's either going to be Aaron or it's going to be Daryl. One of them's about to die.
I don't know. But then, you make the point of saying that Aaron kind of looks like how Rick looks now in the comics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Aaron could step up and become...
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, you heard it here first.
I don't think so. I think, I don't know, because he played the Red Skull in the Marvel Universe, and, he could potentially still play the Red Skull, and they could bring him back for that. I mean, that's the reason why Denai Guerrera is leaving the show, because she's working with the MCU so much. Okay. That's our new greeting, by the way. We don't shake hands. It's either this or this. So, yeah, I mean, now Judith is going to be in it. We got, how many? We got 5. We got, of course, Shane is the Punisher. Judith is going to potentially be young Enchantress on the Loki show.
Yeah, I saw
You
that.
got Denai Guerrera. It's Wakanda. I don't even know her. I don't. Okoye.
Mm-hmm.
Okoye and who is it? Aaron is the Red Skull, and there was one more. There was one more.
So they're just taking everybody from The Walking Dead?
That's on The Walking Dead. That's in the MCU.
Oh.
I don't know. I listed them last week. You can go back and figure that out. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in the MCU. I would not be surprised if Ross Marquand left the show sooner or later, just because he's out there.
Is that his real name?
Ross Marquand? Yeah.
Which one is that?
Aaron.
Oh.
What?
That's his name?
Yeah. That's...
What?
He's extremely talented.
His name threw me off as much as Joaquin Phoenix when I found out what Joaquin Phoenix looks like.
I've never seen him in anything, I don't think, though.
That's true. he does a lot of impressions and stuff like that, and he's kind of having a moment in the sun where everybody's realizing how talented he is. So,
I mean, I'm seeing how angry he is. He needs to get over it. Don't get him killed. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like, I like the dude. You got a one arm. Like, what? You have the only one arm in the whole.
yeah. But I mean, just like the guy that played Jesus, Tom Paine, like he left the show because he was frustrated with what they did with Jesus, or didn't do with Jesus rather, and he ended up getting a whole nother show that people are telling me is amazing right now. Prodigal Son.
Ooh, boy,
Oh,
howdy.
I've actually heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Ooh.
So I mean, Ross Marquand could get his own show or whatever. Speaking of, Tom Paine was supposed to be on Talking Dead tonight, but Talking Dead, it said, went dark. So maybe they're disbanded for coronavirus too, or something.
It happens. That's understandable.
Yeah.
All right.
And they were supposed to have 2 surprise guests, which I was assuming was either going to be Alpha and Gamma, or Earl and one combination of the 3. So yeah, we got to wrap it up. Is there anything else with the episode? Just to double check.
Nope.
All right. So, excuse me. All right. So, next on The Walking Dead, next episode is called What We Become. And the episode description is Michonne takes Virgil back to his mysterious island to reunite with his family. In exchange, Virgil promises weapons that could change the tide of the Whisperer War. So, I read that same one last week. So there it is again. We're actually going to get it. And there's been a couple images released. In fact, one of the episode images that they released for today's episode was actually for next week, and it's Michonne with a flashlight in the dark. And then there's been one image that they released before that shows her holding what looks like something of Rick's, and she's crying, and it's like a realization that Rick is alive. So, and you can't really tell what it is in her hand. It could be like a piece of white cloth or something, personal effect. But the teaser for next week, with The Talking Dead not showing tonight, we didn't get the teaser or the sneak peek for next week, unless it's already out. I missed it, but we did get the teaser, the actual teaser for next week, and it says, or it looks like Michonne finds the island that is abandoned, even though he brought her there under the premise that she was going to get weapons to change the Whisperer War, but it's abandoned, and he tells her it was clear, which is language that Morgan uses. So I don't know if he's supposed to be the new Morgan or whatever, but that's a little callback, I guess. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not. But he said that the others came. And I don't know because my impression was that this was part of the other communities, but maybe it's not. Maybe this was just like a really strong outpost, and the others are the other communities. But I don't know, because the other communities, when they came to Maggie, they didn't come by force. They came to trade, and they came reasonably. But so these others could be a whole nother faction that are up against the other communities. So that's a whole nother big bad that they could get into. In the comics, is there another big bad outside of the big community that they're dealing with, or is it just that
it's Commonwealth, and then they end up like, instead of like, oh, I'm tired of going to war, they truce, and then that's Rick dies, and that's the end basically. But there isn't.
Somebody's awake upstairs.
Oh.
My daughter's supposed to be in bed. School's out next week, so woo. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, because in the comics it was basically just Rick's group dealing with whatever coup and stuff was going on politically inside of that community. There was no outside threat.
No.
So maybe the direction they're going with this is you've got like a real all-out war where you've got these 3 communities that maybe have a civil war among themselves or something. I don't know.
Or there could be an inner coup within the community.
that would kind of be cool if they did have. You got these 3 shows, and each one gravitate toward one of these 3 communities, and then the shows go to war with each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, I'm so down with that fandom right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what? So
And then Walking Dead Prime comes out victorious. Because screw Fear.
I wonder if the woman that Eugene is talking to is a part of.
Yeah, Stephanie, in the comics, she's part of the Commonwealth, right, Stephanie? Mm-hmm. And that's how they actually get in contact. So, yeah, that's one thing we didn't talk about. Is like, okay, I guess he's going to meet with her. And his radio is busted. He can't get it back together.
I think Eugene's going to die.
Ah.
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Tell it.
I can't yet. I'll wait till after
What?
next episode.
Why? What?
Because I'm not sure.
Speculation.
No.
That's part of the game. That's where
I
we're
know,
at. You
but-
see that next on Walking Dead.
So what do you think's going to happen? Let's
Say
get
it,
it.
man. If you're wrong, then it was just speculation. But
And
if
I'm
you're
gonna-
right, then you could do like you did last week and come in this week and say, I was right.
And if you're wrong, I'm going to come in next week and blow it in your face.
Okay. But it won't happen next week.
Oh, well, whenever it does happen.
Episode 15.
Okay. Episode 15.
That's
remember
like-
it. What's gonna
Okay, so
happen?
we're at 12 right
12.
now.
No,
So
that's
13, 14, 15.
3 episodes from now.
Eugene, Aaron, or Daryl will die that episode.
I don't think Daryl's going to die at all. For the simple fact, Norman
Yeah, I
Reedus
don't
said
think-
he's going to stick it out as long as he possibly can.
Plus, he's the new main character. Who are they going to make main character?
Yeah, like if they kill off Daryl, like when they killed off Glenn, people stopped watching. When they killed off Daryl,
Yeah.
Everybody's
There's actually
gonna
people
start
who
watching.
still believe that if Daryl dies, we riot.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, so if Daryl dies, I'm probably going to stop watching.
Oh, speaking of, Daryl did, or Norman Reedus on Talking Dead last week did say that Dog is still alive.
That's
And
good.
he's going to play a big part here coming up.
That's good.
Yeah, how is Dog alive but the tiger's dead?
Because the tiger was amongst a whole bunch of people and walkers
Man, okay.
that weren't his friends.
yeah, but the dog just barks. I
Yeah.
ain't seen the dog
And he's
attack
also
nothing.
tinier.
Yeah.
Like you a big old tiger running through the forest and mess of walking this
Well, you-
fall on you.
You also gotta realize that, like, the pets take on the personalities of the owners, right? And Ezekiel was all like, "Hey, I'm Ezekiel," and so he would just like use the tiger as force as like a show, and that's why the tiger got taken out. Daryl is hanging in the back and playing it smart, and so the dog is not just gonna run out into a herd of walkers and try to show force like that.
Yeah, I was really upset when they killed
That's why the
tiger.
dog is still alive,
Why does he call it dog?
because that's how Daryl is.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
just
such a
like-
Daryl move.
Yeah, so he doesn't have like feel attachment to it, I guess.
Yeah.
If that dog dies,
And
dog-
yeah, and that's where he was when he named the dog. Like right now, he might have named it, like given it a name because of where he's at, you know, with his new wing and everything. But
Her name's Glenn.
I promise I won't get you killed this time, Glenn.
man, I can't get that image out of my head. He got hit so hard.
It's fine. He's fine. He's dead.
Oh, it's damn near popping out your head.
Oh yeah, and the whole Maggie, I'll find you.
Oh man,
no.
please don't.
That still
Looking like
hit so
that.
hard. It still hit so hard.
Also, looking like that, don't find me.
They weren't gonna kill him. They weren't
No,
gonna
they
kill
weren't.
him.
They're
It
just going to
was
kill
just gonna be-
Abraham
yeah.
and take it on.
But he said, "Hey, this is a moment in the comics that is too powerful. I can't not do this."
So he wanted to die?
He wanted to
He
die.
wanted to die.
Glenn, you almost ruined the show to everybody.
And they'd already had
everything.
everything like planned out for Abraham. That's why they went with 2 instead of just saying, "Well, let's just do Glenn instead." And it screwed the show. It got people so mad.
This is an alternate timeline.
Abraham
Yep.
took that hit like a champ, though, I will say.
Yeah, what did he say? He sucked my nuts when he hit him.
He said, suck my nuts. Hey, Negan cracks me up, though. I love
What do you call it? Franny McTwo-Knives in this
What?
episode.
I love Negan. Just your shitting pants on, because it's going to be a lot of that going around. What?
Yeah.
Got your shitting pants on, Quinn?
No.
Well, need to.
All right. So, any speculation for next episode?
Next episode,
Yeah, with Michonne and
Michonne's
Michonne's last episode.
Michonne's going to kill him. Find whatever thing of Rick. Find her a couple walkers or make a couple walkers. You know, chain them up, throw on a poncho? Where'd she find a poncho? Throw on a poncho.
Well, it's a fort. There's ponchos.
I'm pretty sure they got
Get.
ponchos.
It's like the Alamo. They're ponchos.
And then she's gonna start walking, and then we won't see her again until like the opening credits of a Rick movie.
I feel like
She goes out the way she came in.
I feel like Michonne's gonna die the way Rick died. Everybody's gonna think
I'm
she's
sure
dead.
not.
She's probably gonna radio to Judith. I hope her radio reaches that far.
Ooh, that's something. Daito? Is that who Judith was calling out to? Is that who she was? Was it Michonne? Is that Michonne's code name, or was she?
Maybe.
I don't know if. Well, who was the guy she's with that turned out to be shady? I should have known that guy was shady because he was shady on Lost too.
I don't remember. I remember.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out who Daito was. Like, was it that guy's name? I couldn't remember that guy's name.
Daito is.
But-
And they never got into that either.
I think they might. I think they will next episode because I think it's Michelle.
You think it's Michonne?
Yeah.
Not Tater Bug? Man, they got them names. Tater Bug.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, we got to wrap it up. We're getting long-winded
All
here.
right. That's all. Thanks. Bye. No,
Thanks for joining us for the Broken Dead live here on YouTube and now on Facebook. I hope that you'll join us every Sunday night, 10 p.m.-ish Central Standard Time. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon
Ding,
so you know when we drop a new video.
New kid.
I can't. So, yeah, also, if you're quarantined, share the video. If you watch it, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let somebody else know that The Walking Dead is getting good again. If you're a podcast listener, I'm sorry. I will get the podcast caught up. Just hold on. And check out the website. That's www.broken.picturesno.com. And this is Dylan.
I'm Chris.
I guess I'm Quin still. I don't know. Yeah, I'm Quin. Hi. Bye.
We'll see you next time.
Au
Peace.
revoir.